Hello, my name is Kativa Thomas. I am a student at the Dental Hygiene Program of Atlanta Technical College, and today I will be presenting my tooth number 27 project. Today I will be discussing the tooth number 27, the mandibular right canine. The eruption time is between the age of 9 and 10 years old and should reach completion between the age of 12 and 14. First, let's go over the measurements for the mandibular right canine. The cervical incisal length of the crown is 11 millimeters. The length of the root is 16 millimeters. The mesial distal diameter of the crown is 7 millimeters. The mesial distal diameter of the CEJ, the cemental enamel junction, is 5 millimeters. The labiolingual diameter of the tooth is 7.5 millimeters. The curvature of the CEJ mesially is 2.5 millimeters, and the curvature of the CEJ distally is 1 millimeter. From the facial view, you can see the crown appears to be narrower mesial-distally than the maxillary canine. Note that this is the longest tooth in the mandibular arch. However, this tooth has a less pronounced lingual surface. It's less pronounced than the regular canines and has a less sharp cusp tip. You can also see that the tooth has a shorter mesial cusp than the distal cusp slope. This is more rounder, and this is smaller and more sharper. First, let's go over the measurements for the mandibular right canine. The cervical incisal length of the crown is 11 millimeters. The length of the root is 16 millimeters. The mesial distal diameter of the crown is 7 millimeters. The mesial distal diameter of the CEJ, the cemental enamel junction, is 5 millimeters. The labiolingual diameter of the tooth is 7.5 millimeters. The curvature of the CEJ mesially is 2.5 millimeters, and the curvature of the CEJ distally is 1 millimeter. From the lingual view, you can see the mandibular right canine is smoother and less detailed than the maxillary canines. You can see that the cingulum from this view, and it is small and less prominent than the maxillary canines. It is located slightly distal to the midline, which helps identify the side of the tooth. You can see that I put mine distally, so you can see that it's the right canine on the mandibular arch. The CEJ curvature is less pronounced than on the mesial and facial surfaces of the mandibular right canine. From the incisal view, the crown is asymmetrical. The distal half is rounder, while the mesial half is flatter and straighter. The cusp tip is located slightly lingual to the center. You can also see the facial is broader than the lingual side.